John Gilbert of the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society, and here today with me is Marco Meniketti. He is a doctor of archaeology from San Jose State University in California, and he is no stranger to Nevis. Marco has come here many times on different research exhibitions, or what do you call it?
Excavations.
Excavations, okay.
Yes.
So what we like to do is kind of ask him pretty much, why are you here, what are you doing, and what impact will it have for Nevis and the university?
Well, what we're running here is a field school, so these are all archaeology students who are learning about the history of Nevis as well as how to conduct archaeology. So these are students who have taken classes in archaeological theory and methods, but now they're actually getting a chance to put it into practice.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is working up at the site of Bush Hill Estate, which is over in St. John Parish, and it's an early sugar estate.
About what year?
It seems to have components going back as early as 1700. Most definitely from 1750 onward up to the 19th century.
Really? Wow.
We have found a few tantalizing clues to even an earlier period, a few artifacts dating back to the 1680s.
And what you're seeing is just sugar manufacturing, or people living in structures there as well, or? Yeah,
there's the factory structures. There's there's dwellings, a couple of dwellings. There's a planter's house. There's evidence of laborers' village nearby. So we're hoping to look at the entire structure of this plantation estate factory and see how it integrated, how it worked together, and what was the relationship between the factory and the workers and the planter owners. And so yeah, there's both components there.
Right. Now, modern day owners of the property, do they get any kind of benefit out of this, or is it just history and just remembering what happened there?
Well, it's both. The owners of the property currently are hoping to preserve the space and use it, in essence, as for what we'd call archaeological tourism or history tourism. Make it something that people coming down to the island can see and learn something about Nevis history from them. So preserve it more or less as it is.
Great.
The university gets something out of it because the students learn, through this partnership, the students learn about archaeology and about Nevis history, and then Nevis gets a benefit in that we are helping reconstruct this little episode, this piece of the broader Nevis history.
Wonderful. Good. So there's pluses for everybody in this venture that you're undertaking. That's really great.
Yes. And of course all the artifacts remain here, except for a small portion which we take back to the university to study and use in classes, and then that comes back to Nevis after 2 years according to agreements. Right.
Okay. Now today I believe we're going to be just doing a general island tour for the students and give them an appreciation of Nevis as a whole.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll learn something more, and maybe they'll come back with their own teams in the future. So
yes, I'm sure that'll happen. We already have 2 students on this year's team that were here last year.
Right.
That just could not wait to come back, and I have 3 students on this year's team that are already begging me to come back next year. So hopefully that will be self-fulfilling and keep going.
Well, Marco, it's great to talk with you. I'm glad for the input. I'm glad for the support that you give to Nevis, and we really appreciate it and look forward to seeing you again in the future.
I appreciate that. We hope to do one more thing, which is begin to look offshore, look underwater.
An underwater dig.
An underwater cultural resource inventory of some sort, and maybe an underwater dig too.
All right. Thank you.